Everybody does Paris the same way. We ain't everybody. And this ain't Kansas neither. We waxed a man in a flamingo floaty, fought a stranger and won, filmed the train sign like it was the Louvre, and watched grown adults tour the Seine in a VR.
We spent 72 hours in Paris. Let's roll it back. Doing Wing Chun.
Okay, so 3 days in Paris, an apartment we didn't pay for, and some seriously eccentric side quests.
To play a joke on me, haha.
Paris. Everyone's been drinking wine since they were 13 and they're mathematical geniuses. How we do it?
The man isn't wrong. If you didn't know, France has 13 field medals, which is basically the Nobel Prize for math. We felt the perfect way to get settled into Paris was go for a walk in the neighborhood. And this canal we spent some time walking along, well, Napoleon built it, and he paid for it with a tax on wine. How extremely French is that?
Feeling ravenous, we ended up not taking any footage of dinner, but our first meal in Paris was Indian food, rang, close to the canal. We walked in with no expectations and we were blown away by the exceptional curries. A little bit French, creamy, garlicky, and a little bit on the expensive side, but it was worth it nonetheless.
How many scoops of ice cream he has?
3, only 3.
And what did we have for dinner today?
Chalo, Indian. Oh, so good. I feel it now. Pakore here, bhajia here, chicken tikka here.
We admired the lively French corners. There used to be 200,000 of these little cafes in France. Now, there's under 40,000. It's gotten bad enough that they're actually trying to get UNESCO to protect them, the same way they did with the baguette. And the whole argument for saving them is that they are where strangers end up talking to each other.
3, 2, 1.
G and I have always felt the best moments of our trips are those spent spontaneously connecting with people, which is why it took George all but 2 minutes to ask this chap for a turn when he spotted him wrestling his friends at an outdoor table of a restaurant. Oh yes, sightseeing in Paris. And that, my friends, wraps up day 1.
When we woke, what better way to start the day than with a little food tour at Le Marché des Enfants Rouges.
This place is the oldest covered market in Paris, since 1615 when Louis XIII was on the throne. Can you believe it's been feeding this neighborhood for over 400 years? The name means Market of the Red Children. It's actually from an orphanage that used to be around the corner. Red meant charity. In 1994, the city wanted to knock it down and put in a parking lot. The neighborhood fought for it. A film director got involved and they won. 400 years of history saved by people who just refused. And now it's a food court.
I got some grub from the Moroccan shop, serving tender lamb tagine and couscous. The spice and sizzle combination, which seemingly perfumes the whole hall, while Shiv got a budget-friendly falafel wrap from the Lebanese vendor, as it was a bit more vegetarian-friendly for her liking.
Just know, if you want to sit at the same table with your people, you might want to choose the same vendor. I found out the hard way that they don't like that very much. What?
How can you gross other people out without having their lunch?
I'm really glad I follow.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
With our bellies full, we were ready to walk it off, admiring art, architecture, and all the things that make Paris, well, Paris.
Whoa. Look, we found a picture of Chevalier as a kid.
Here we are on Rue des Pacailles. You can be in beautiful, scenic places like this, taking in the best that Paris has to offer. Or you can just do it on a VR headset.
Wow, the high definition on this VR headset is incredible. It's almost like I'm there in real life.
George had 3 coffees in him and needed a bathroom, so we figured might as well hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Find a loo and a 4th coffee. We found this unique hybrid Vietnamese coffee shop, florist, and ceramics workshop space inspired by the nostalgic charm of old tailor shops in 1980s Hanoi. You can find all sorts of simple and complex drinks here, with condensed milk, coconut, ultra creamy egg coffee, or even pastries. Get the egg coffee. The lady next to us ordered it twice.
Did you know the French brought coffee to Vietnam in the first place? Then, in 1946, during the war to push out the French, Hanoi ran out of milk. So a bartender at the Metropole whipped egg yolks instead. And that is how egg coffee became a thing.
I really like the buildings. I feel like George about maps. Of course, it would be insane to not do any monuments when in Paris, so we did the same thing and saw the beautifully renovated Notre Dame. Turns out, in the first year after reopening, about 30% more people visited than before the fire. And 340,000 people around the world chipped in to rebuild it for a combined grand total of 850 million euros.
And just up the street, we found the Panthéon, a domed neoclassical monument in the Latin Quarter that started life as a church, but was later converted into a secular mausoleum for the nation's great figures. France buries its greatest here. For example, Marie Curie, who is buried here in a lead-lined coffin because she's still radioactive. And her notebooks are so hot you need a waiver to read them.
And since I was feeling too hot, I needed an ice cream to cool off. At this point, we turn a corner and we see policemen waxing a man in the street. And I want to be clear that we did not go looking for this. It simply found us.
Clearly these guys were on a stag do or bachelor party. He's got a flamingo around him. He's half naked in the middle of Paris. They seem like they're having a good time. The police are laughing and signing his chest. So I asked these French strangers if they needed any help.
He's in Mary Man, and that's why he's gonna be painful for him.
Wow.
Right over the nipple.
Yes. Wherever you want. Wherever you want.
She's a lucky lady, man.
Yes. Lucky day for you, maybe. Not for me.
Wherever you want. Wherever you want, bro.
Against the hair. Yes.
And you?
Oh no, let George. Wow. Maybe.
Lucky brother. Quickly.
Oh my God.
Very good.
A nice one.
Very good.
Yeah,
very good.
Oh my God.
Sorry about this. Make a little
Oh wow. You never seen one video.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
C'est classique French building because it has the word la in front of it. It has the word Renaissance, making it extra French. La Renaissance de la Pop.
He knows his shit.
La Renaissance de la Pop.
Continuing our walk led us to Napoleon's tomb. The gold dome is the reason people come, and I can see why. It's marvelously sculpted, and Napoleon's buried under it. He's in 6 coffins, one inside the other, inside of a giant block of red stone. And they sank the whole thing into a pit in the middle of the floor, so you really have to lean over the railing to look down, which means every single person has to bow their head to do it.
And finally, no stroll through these arrondissements is complete without stopping by the Eiffel Tower. We found a side street that was a bit less congested. Drop us a comment if you want to know the location. We enjoyed the weather and closed out a strong day of sightseeing with more French food. A second Indian curry. A lovely conversation with the couple seated next to us. And what is this? A third ice cream? Well, I never.
On our third and final day in Paris, George recommended a park. This park used to once be a garbage dump, and they did gruesome things in it. But Napoleon III came along and decided it should be beautiful instead. So ultimately, they sculpted things that you find today. Cliffs out of concrete, the waterfall, the grotto. They built a lake, put a fake Roman temple on an island 50 meters up, and the people really add to the charm. First time in my life we ever saw one of these. But what she's playing is called an orgue de barbarie, if I'm not wrong. It's a street organ, and she isn't really playing it, she's cranking it. And that folded cardboard you're seeing is the sheet music, and every hole is a note. Whole point is that you didn't need to know music to stop a crowd. Once we walked up an appetite, we headed over to the restaurant sitting inside the park. With candles in every room, birds and flowers and vegetables all over the walls, it made sense the whole thing is designed by a Dior designer. The place was packed and doing some sort of vegetarian breakfast deal. Sign me up. And while we sat outside waiting for a table to clear, we had the realization that... Gina, what is this place called that you just told me?
It's called Aura Farmhouse.
This man didn't even realize when this morning he's been like, am I aura farming right now?
They only named it that since I arrived.
Shut up.
Aura. You gotta change your name. Before it's called like Le Petit Maison de Bouchon Park.
Funny, because I had just told George about what aura farming is last night.
I'm down with the Gen Z.
And today he brought me to a place called aura farming.
Be shipping that aura, yo.
Look at that spread. At night, it turns into a DJ situation, which is a completely different restaurant, and we would totally come back for that. As our wicked 72 hours of Paris dwindled down, we found ourselves back at Montmartre. George and I have both been, but there is truly something special about 45 souvenir shops trying to sell us the same 25 items that delights us. Plus, we love that it doesn't matter when you come, day or night, it's alive. It still feels like a village that happens to be sitting on top of the city. The statues, you'll walk right past one, only to realize everyone's staring at it because it moves. They're people. They've been standing there the whole time, and you had no idea.
It's so crazy. I'm like, is it real?
And the art. Oh, how stunning. We grabbed a couple of mementos for the road, completing our final transition to being French. Clearly.
Hey, biceps. Hey, big biceps. Stop that. Tell them. How do you order the pastry in France?
Yesterday we went to a boulangerie and I was ordering everything and he's like, oh, what do you want? And I said everything in English, and then right when it came to ordering a croissant, I was almost like, hi, could I get a croissant? And the only thing I said remotely in French, which I think would have been embarrassing, so I said, could I just get a croissant? Less embarrassing, but somehow also more embarrassing as an American.
And he was like, oh, a croissant.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
sure.
like, oh, you mean croissant? I was
croissant.
like, yeah.
Love that. Like, you tell that American. So that was 72 hours. And the thing is, we did the monuments. Notre Dame, the Panthéon, Napoleon, the Eiffel Tower. They were beautiful. They're supposed to be. But every single thing we're going to remember about this trip involved a person. A kid wrestling his friends who let me join in. A bachelor party that handed a complete stranger the wax. A woman on a hill cranking out music on a machine older than all of us. A guy standing so still we nearly walked right past him. Maybe Paris needs you to experience it. Say something to somebody. We'll see you in the next one. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe so we can keep on making videos like this. And yeah, go ahead and tell us what we missed in the comments too, because I know we missed a lot. Thanks. See you next time.
Home sweet home.